we're looking at the tech sector. Look, it's off to a slow start today. You have the NASDAQ higher, but it looks like it's breaking a 5-day losing streak. 27% rally in the NASDAQ 100 last year. So now what? What's the sign here going into this new year? Our panel is ready. Kim Forrest, founder, chief investment officer at Boca Capital Partners, and Michael Robinson, tech analyst. Good to see you both. We have seen some weakness of late. Kim, first off to you. Is tech done, or is there maybe some nice opportunity here on some recent weakness?
So tech is never done. Never, ever, ever. And why is that? It's because technology is the thing that brings productivity mostly to businesses and somewhat to regular consumers. I just don't think consumers are all that. They don't like to pay for technology. They do it indirectly, we'll say, by giving up their private data. But that's neither here nor there. So technology has had a rough go of it, mostly because of the Fed. With their indecision, or everybody's indecision on are they going to raise, are they going to lower. But there are some values out there because of the tenseness that we've had in the last couple of weeks. So hooray for tech. It lives again in 2025.
And I know we have some names that we're going to be talking about momentarily. Michael, do you see some opportunities here?
You're asking about Palantir and NVIDIA. I see opportunities with both of them. I'm glad they've slowed down a little bit. I look on this literally as a buying opportunity. It's the time to load up a little bit more. From a technical standpoint, NVIDIA is just sort of holding its own. It's trading in a very tight band right now, meaning it could break out or break down. The market really, from the technology perspective, I think all eyes are on Blackwell, the new AI chip. And what NVIDIA has done is releasing that, but also has been pivoting into, there's a multi-trillion-dollar build out in AI data centers, and NVIDIA's involved in that. There have been some issues with Blackwell about heating, and as the sales are the sales slowing down significantly. We've seen a pause in some of the orders, but originally this thing was booked out for a couple of quarters. So I think a risk for the market and for the tech sector would be when NVIDIA announces earnings on the 26th of February, if they were to announce a significant downgrade of the forecast for Blackwell sales, I think we would see people getting really upset. But here's the thing, as Kim mentioned about technology, I've talked about several times. No NVIDIA, no technology, no U.S. economy. We are way past the tipping point. So I'm looking at NVIDIA as a good buying opportunity right now. I like these prices. I like where it's going. I like where it's moving into. Same thing with Palantir. They basically have their hands on the keys to the kingdom because of what they've been able to do in getting more and more government contracts. And we have a new administration coming in that's looking to cut costs, to do more with less, and that puts Palantir in an even better position than what it has been in the last 5 years.
I have so much to talk about with both of you. You both mentioned quantum computing, where I saw some of the names that were down 40%, after the NVIDIA conference, and then they jumped back yesterday. And I was just checking on Rigotti now, and this one is up now 23%. I mean, they're wild. You want to give me a quick thought, Kim, on these quantum computing names, and then I want to hear why you like Micron.
Sure. Okay. So I have to disclose this. I always do, that I was a software engineer working in AI. I worked at a company that created neural networking tools, which is the backbone of what OpenAI is. So I'm trying to tell you, I know this stuff as a practitioner. Quantum computing is extremely interesting, but it's so early. And my big headline is, yeah, somebody got something to work, but we don't know if it's the right answer or not because the darn things are so complicated. So there's going to have to be a long build out, and that's the bad news. So I think investors are entirely way over their skis on this. So let's talk about what we could do right now. So data, we have a lot of it. Micron is a company that helps companies store data, and it also helps companies get information into those Blackwell chips with some of their products. And that's why we like it, because it's just for the old stuff. just plain old storing data on their NAND devices. And they have super speedy DRAM, which is really useful in new AI applications and probably quantum computing, whatever decade that's going to happen in.
All right, so the names you do like today that you're comfortable talking about were Micron and AMD. I'll give you the last word here, Michael. You did mention Palantir as a name you liked. I think NVIDIA was in there. Final thoughts here.
I really like Avago, what they've been doing and moving into those optical connections for AI-centric data centers. They came up with a Bailey switch less than a year ago, let's call it 9 months ago. I think that could be a game changer in AI-centric data centers. And they're also now one of the new mega caps. They're just recently crossed over $1 trillion. As of today, they're about $1.1 trillion. I still have that as a buy. I think that's a core holding. I think I see a lot of upside for Avago. It's not as famous as some of the other names we've been talking about today, but just sort of quietly chugs along. And I think it has indispensable technology and products for, as I said, we have this build out in AI-centric data centers, and they're in a sweet spot there.
Great to see you both. Kim Forrest, Michael Robinson, thank you.